Welcome to this video tutorial. The title of this tutorial, the Berry ratio, when is it appropriate to use? In a previous tutorial, we already discussed the definition of the Berry ratio and what can make it insensitive to transfer pricing analysis or to distort its results and maybe draw false conclusions. In this tutorial, we'll be looking at the Berry ratio and when is it appropriate to use it. Well, when should you use the Berry ratio? In essence, the Berry ratio is commonly used for distribution companies where there is an operating expense to total cost ratio that is either 1, different between the tested parties and the comparables, or 2, highly variable over time. And let's go back to that first point. If it's different between the tested parties and the comparables, we want to think about two different possible scenarios that might be causing that. The first is that the tested party might be providing a different level of service relative to the comparables that is being captured in the operating expenses. Say this whole sales process might be a very intensive effort where you're educating the consumer about the product, in which case your operating expenses might be much higher relative to your COGS than might occur for another provider. The other possibility is a case where the tested party and the comparables provide a very similar level of service, but the product being sold, what's showing up in the COGS of our analysis, is very different. We're going to go through a couple of examples in other videos of each of those cases and develop them a bit more fully. The third case that can come up when the Berry ratio may be appropriate is when the operating expenses to COGS is highly variable over time. Now, this might happen most commonly when you're dealing with a distributor of a commodity that experiences high price volatility. Say, for example, you're distributing oil, crude oil, let's say. It may be that when the price of oil goes up and down, you'd want a situation where the distributor is being rewarded for the services being rendered. In cases like this, often the distributor is actually rewarded with a price per barrel sold, as opposed to some number that's contingent upon the value of the number of barrels sold, because that will be going up and down with the price fluctuations in the market for the price of oil. If we had been looking at a different profit level indicator, that base of being sales might be going up and down rather substantially, which could cause the PLI to fluctuate up and down if we'd been looking at, say, an operating margin or a net cost plus. Thank you.